Today, we're undoing that mistake with Eduardo's gender reveal.
I'm a girl!
Right, thank you, and free Palestine.
Which part?
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout. In the name Boy Scouts.
That kid's not a girl. That kid's a boy. Half of those videos are of the kid smiling while wearing boys' outfits. That is child abuse.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive into the wild world of woke TikTok. In the next few minutes, you'll see everything from gender reveal parties gone wrong to claims about God's identity that'll make your head spin. Let's make a deal. If you smiled, learned something, or had an aha moment, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't leave me hanging. Did you hit it? Cool, thanks. Now, let's dive back in. But don't worry, Ben Shapiro's here to guide you through this madness with his signature wit and logic. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped to spot and shut down these crazy arguments faster than you can say non-binary. You know, just when you think TikTok can't get any wilder, it goes and proves you wrong. Like, have you seen those videos where people are saying God is non-binary? Yeah, that's a thing now, and it doesn't stop there. There's this TikToker who's gone viral claiming God isn't just non-binary, but also queer, autistic, and neurodivergent. I mean, seriously? We're slapping human labels on the divine now.
Today, we're undoing that mistake with Eduardo's gender reveal.
I'm a girl!
And what exactly terms mean? What does she mean by sex? What does she mean by gender? And this is why when I say age, right, which is a definition we all share, just the way we used to share a definition of sex.
It's like they're trying to make God fit into their little woke boxes or something. But here's the kicker. This isn't just some fringe thing. These videos are racking up millions of views. Millions. That means there are kids out there watching this stuff and thinking it's normal. They're scrolling through their For You page and bam, suddenly they're getting a theology lesson from someone who probably learned about religion from a cereal box. And don't even get me started on the comments section. It's like an echo chamber of agreement. You've got people cheering this on like it's the greatest revelation since sliced bread.
Her pronouns are what daddy's pronouns are, what mommy's pronouns are. I always just gently remind her and say, hey baby, what are mommy's pronouns? And she's so funny because she's always like, they, them.
This person screams woman! How do I keep getting this gender?
No one's stopping to think, hey, maybe applying our limited human understanding to an all-powerful deity is a bit, I don't know, presumptuous? But wait, there's more. Just when you thought the woke train couldn't get any more off the rails, we've got Siri joining the party. Yep, you heard that right. There's talk about giving Siri a gay voice, because apparently our AI assistants need sexualities now. Ben Shapiro, bless him, cuts right through this nonsense. He points out the obvious. Why does an AI assistant need a sexuality? It's a computer program, for crying out loud. What's next? Are we gonna argue about Alexa's gender identity or Google Assistant's preferred pronouns?
That kid's not a girl. That kid's a boy. Half of those videos are of the kid smiling while wearing boys' outfits. That is child abuse.
So, again, I'm just asking you, if based on the numbers, more Germans died than Brits in World War II, did that mean that the British were wrong in World War II? Because they did. Many more Germans died than Brits.
This is the kind of stuff that makes you wonder if we're living in a parody of reality. But nope, this is our world now. A world where we're debating the sexual orientation of voice assistants and trying to fit the concept of an all-powerful, all-knowing deity into our trendy little identity labels. It'd be funny if it wasn't so crazy. Remember when gender reveals were just about cutting into a cake and seeing pink or blue? Those days are long gone, folks. Now we've got parents going all out with full-blown transition announcements for their kids. It's like they're trying to one-up each other in the woke Olympics or something. There's this video making the rounds of a dad proudly announcing that his son is now his daughter. The kid's barely old enough to tie their own shoes.
God is non-binary, God is queer, God is autistic. God is by definition neurodivergent, and as an autistic person.
Right, thank you, and free Palestine.
Which part?
Maybe 5 or 6 tops, and now their whole identity crisis is plastered all over the internet for everyone to see. Talk about oversharing. Ben Shapiro's not pulling any punches on this one. He's calling it what it is. Child abuse. Yeah, that's some strong language, but is he wrong? These parents are making life-altering decisions for kids who still believe in the tooth fairy. It's like they're treating their kid's gender like it's a new haircut or something. You've got to wonder what these parents are thinking. Their kid puts on a dress once, and suddenly it's time to throw out all the "it's a boy" cards from the baby shower? Come on. Kids that age are still figuring out that the moon isn't made of cheese, let alone their gender identity.
Screwing up children for life so that you can feel like a more virtuous. And by the way, this parent could not be more eager to demonstrate what a wonderful, liberal-minded parent.
I'm not sure whether their standards are necessary. I'm also wondering exactly why it's so necessary to keep me personally out.
But here's where Ben really nails it. He shuts down this whole argument about kids and gender identity with some good old-fashioned common sense. He points out the obvious. Kids play dress-up all the time. It doesn't mean they need hormones or surgery. Ben says, deciding that a love for sparkly dresses means a complete rewriting of their identity. That's a leap. That's child abuse. And he's got a point. Half the videos these parents post show the kid smiling in boys' outfits too. So what? Is the kid trans on Mondays and Wednesdays, but not on weekends?
It is a disgusting reminder that Republicans never cared about children. They only cared about unborn babies. Greg Abbott's responsible for the deaths of thousands.
They're experimental surgeries that do not have any track record. And not only do they not have any track record, the track record they do have is wildly unconvincing.
It's like these parents forgot that imagination is a big part of being a kid. Just because your son wants to be a princess one day doesn't mean he wants to be a girl forever. And just because your daughter likes playing with trucks doesn't mean she's secretly a boy trapped in a girl's body. The scary part is, this isn't just happening in some dark corner of the internet. These videos are getting millions of views. That means there are millions of people out there nodding along, thinking this is normal. But it's not normal, and it's not okay. These are kids we're talking about, not social experiments.
And yet theology would tell us that God does not have gender, so by definition, God is non-binary.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout. In the name Boy Scouts.
So here's the deal with TikTok these days. It's not just about dance challenges and lip syncing anymore. This app is shaping how kids see the world. And it's kind of scary when you think about it. You've got all these wild ideas floating around, getting millions of views, and kids are soaking it all up like sponges. Yeah, Ben Shapiro's takedowns might seem harsh sometimes. But let's be real, someone's gotta call out this craziness. It's like, if no one speaks up, we're just letting this woke madness run wild. Next time you're scrolling through TikTok, take a second to really think about what you're seeing. Is it just harmless fun, or is it pushing some agenda?
How can you argue that racism is not a driving factor in income inequality?
Because it has nothing to do with race and everything to do with culture. That they've lied to a small child that happiness is to be found in living the lie that you are a member of the other biological. Just because your kid liked wearing dresses at home?
Because let me tell you, there's a lot of crazy stuff hiding behind those cute filters and catchy tunes. Don't let it mess with your head, you know?